Oh, somebody called and interrupt my live. I don't know why they do that. I blocked the person. I'm doing a live and they call me and interrupt it. And when I try to decline the live, I lost the live. So sorry, guys. Hi, Vani, darling. Yeah, my live got interrupted, ladies. Sorry about that. Someone was calling and I tried to decline the call and my live got interrupted. So, we had all the menus on the list this morning. I know. What are my ladies cooking this morning? And for this beautiful, blessed Sunday, what would you all like to talk about? Hey, Maraj. Hi, Devika. So, Devika says she's dal, rice, and duck. You know, I have a duck. I could make some duck for some cutters. You know. Yes. Sorry for those of you now joining. We lost the live earlier because someone was trying to call me. And when I tried to decline the call, I lost the live. So, hi again to Anthony Love. How are you, darling? Lisa, Sharon, Sunita, Janisha. So, we were sharing menus with each other. Hi, Shanta, darling. Hi, Maraj. How are you, darling? So, ladies, let's hear. Would you guys like to speak about anything this morning? And what would you like to speak about? You can also share your menu. Rabia says she's having dal and curry chicken today. Like today's dal day again. Jasmine, and oh, me, I'm having a little lemon pie. Hi, Jitchodra. Hi, Anil. Hi, Roxanne. Cynthia says she cook already fried rice with noodles, baked chicken, potato salad, and fresh salad. That's my menu today. But I now wake up and my husband went to cut the neighbor grass because, you know, he works nowhere. So he get a little job to do a little cutting of grass and stuff, which will put food on our table and pay our bills. So he went to cut the grass for the neighbors and stuff. So he's the neighborhood grass cutter. And it helps us pay our mortgage and put food on the table for our children and send our kids off to college and stuff. So you see, ladies, you can't say sit down there and feel sorry for yourself when you don't have a job. You could get up, get dressed, and help yourself. Right? So my husband out there, he working right now, cutting grass for the neighbors and them in the neighborhood. So we could afford to keep a roof over our heads and put food on the table for our children and also be able to send our kids to college, you know, because these people, they on social media, you know, they call his wife a racist and they complained and my husband don't have a job now, so he cuts grass for a living, you know. So that's to show you, ladies, you cannot starve in this world. You cannot starve in this world. Once you put your mind to something, you can do it. I usually go with him and I do the landscaping for the customers. But no one wants landscaping right now. Come fall, they'll do a little landscaping for fall flowers. And then in spring, it's my busiest time to do landscaping. So that's what I do for a living. I do landscaping and stuff. Right? Ali saying, I forgot to tell you I got a new job. Great, good for you. Nice. So I'm not rushing to cook. I still have leftovers from last night. While my husband is cutting the neighborhood grass and stuff, then I will cook after later. Thank you, Devika. Navo says she's having dal, rice, and curry chicken. Anissa said, oh my God, serious? So far this reach? Oh, yes, Anissa. Didn't you know my husband lost his job? Because all these Facebook people who have shares in the company was calling that his wife is racist and was posting, sharing for the company, all the clips of videos where I was telling those individuals that they have all N behavior. And when they were calling me kangaroo, I told them they're behaving like a monkey. And I got the racist labeled. Yes, I'm telling you. So my husband they didn't fire him. He had to resign. To save face, he had to resign. So now he doesn't have a job. The new job he got now is being a neighborhood grass cutter. So that's what he does to put food on the table for his children and send his daughter to medical school, because our little daughter, she's starting medical school. She wants to do medicine. Don't worry, Victoria will soon be a doctor and we will get back to where we were. We are not lazy people. We like to help ourselves so we can put food on our table, keep a roof over our heads, and send our children to school. Right? So that's how far, when I tell you these Facebook people did. They have a lot of shares, in United States in those companies. They can be racist to Asha Samaroo. They can call Asha Samaroo names, coolie and curry this and ying ying fly and coconut oil head, and curse Asha children and call them Down syndrome, and curse Asha husband and call Asha kangaroo, and be racist and discriminating in every way you can find. And Asha Samaroo don't have a voice, just like many of you don't have a voice. I'm telling you. So my husband, he found a new job, which is cutting the grass for the neighborhood. Initially, he was an engineer. And because of the lack of jobs in the United States, because of the COVID, businesses are closing and stuff. A lot of people are losing their jobs. And it's very sad. But I always say, when God gave you health and strength, you could never starve. We do not resort to stealing and robbing and looting people's stuff. We resort to working hard as long as God gave you health and strength. And thank you to the United States government. He could get a little unemployment funds. So that helps keep the roof over our head and keep our children in college. Yes. Don't be sad, ladies. Do you see me crying? No, I'm not crying. God gave him health and strength. And he can, he can keep on doing his job. Whatever he can find, he do. That's why I told you, learn from me. Learn from me. Do you see me sitting and crying? His company didn't fire him, as they initially tried to get his company to fire him. He resigned. And he chose to do his own stuff now. So he cuts grass for people in the neighborhood, which keeps a roof over our head, food on our table, and our children in college. This is what these Trinidadians, along with my abuser, did. I think they have shares. Don't you think, ladies? They were calling, fire Vishnu Samaroo, fire Vishnu Samaroo. His wife, Asha Samaroo, is a racist. His wife, Asha Samaroo, is a racist. All that shares they have in the company? Wow. But he did nothing, and the company didn't fire him. He chose to resign and move on to something else. Right? So when one door closes, many more open, ladies. Right? I'm not starving. I'm sitting here having a nice piece of lemon pie. Actually, this lemon pie, it's $35 to cut a yard. And this lemon pie cost me $14. So he cut 3 yards yesterday, and I was able to buy a little lemon pie. Thank God we saved for a rainy day. Thank God. So, what do us ladies would like to talk about? What would we like to talk? Thank you, Visha. Whatever job he's doing now, he's not begging anyone, and he's not stealing out there. And nobody's oppressing him. Good. It was okay for those persons because they don't have a job to lose. They have nothing to lose. So who would you report them to for being racist to me? And when I stood up for myself, Asha Samaroo is a racist. She called me a monkey because I called her a kangaroo. What would I do? A family that prays together stays together. And I'm here to show you ladies that I'm here to show you. Now, we do know who the persons are because the company has a list of their phone numbers and all of that. And we can go sue and stuff. But the company didn't fire him. So, he could sue them for harassment, but the company didn't fire him. If the company had fired him, then it would have been a different course of legal action. He chose to resign. So now those of you who would like to know where my husband is working, so you could go call his job and report again that his wife is a racist because she stood up for herself. He owns his own business. What are you going to do? Shut it down? What are you going to do? Shut it down? Wow. You can't shut it down, sweetheart. I still have my pool, still have my house, still could eat a piece of lemon pie, still put a smile on my face and empower other ladies and still send my children off to college. Right? Good. What are you going to do? Shut down his business? Oh, don't hire Vishnu Samaroo to cut your grass. His wife is a racist. That's what you're going to do? His wife is a racist. A black woman called her a kangaroo and a coolie and a curry cunt, called her children Down syndrome, and she told that person that they had the old end behavior and they're behaving like a monkey, and that's how Asha Samaroo is racist. When she's doing her live videos, they cuss the woman, tell her about her cunt stretch out, she lumpy body, and she cuss them back, and Asha Samaroo is a bad woman. What are you going to do? Close down his grass cutting business? Lord Father Jesus, put a hand this blessed Sunday. So, what do you all like to speak about today? Nothing? Come on, ladies, give us a topic. Does anybody have a topic they would like to speak about? Oh, you don't know, ladies, you didn't know? And someone from Black Lives Matter claiming, let me correct, someone claiming to be from Black Lives Matter called a company and left a death threat for me there. We want to know who this bitch is. We want to fuck that N up. He was calling me the N-word. That San N, we want to know where she lives. We want to F her up. Oh, I played the voice note for you ladies. Oh, yeah, that's how far it went. Because I said, all lives matter. Trump for the next 4 years. Make America great. I live in this great country. I pay taxes here. Don't mind my husband is cutting grass. He has to pay taxes. So here what? Yes, Trump for the next 4 years. That's my constitutional right to vote who I want to vote. Make America great. And I believe as long as God creates you, all lives matter. Thank you. And I will stand against injustice against anyone. Nice. Let's talk about children's attitude toward their parents. This lemon pie was delicious. You know what? My husband cut 3 yards yesterday. Let me try and scrape everything I got in this plate and not let it waste. Waste not, want not. Let me lick my spoon too. Waste not, want not. Let me lick my plate. Can't afford to waste because cutting grass is very hard work. Thank you, Father Jesus in heaven, for this little dessert. So, children's attitude towards parents is our conversation today. Put me up on your counter, do your cooking, your Sunday lunch, sip your little glass of wine, eat your food, and all of that. Right? Goodbye, Vivian, darling. You don't have an audience here, sweetheart. Black lives will matter when we black people learn to value each other's lives. Okay, sweetheart? Go educate yourself and come back. Thank you. Bye. Black lives can only matter when somebody do us wrong. It has to matter when we learn to appreciate ourselves. Educate yourself, sweetheart. So, going on. So, as long as you're God creations, your life is mattered. So going on today, ladies, my husband can't lose his job twice. He's cutting grass. He owns his own business now. What are you going to do? Shut down his grass cutting business for speaking, for his wife speaking? Huh? Oh, come on, guys. Huh? So we're going to speak about children who are disrespectful to parents. So do we have an age bracket? Let's hear what my audience would like to see. So Asha, Bibi said, Asha, God will bring you through. My husband does his own business. He sells stuff at the flea market only on a Sunday right now. He is on his way home. He made $280. God bless your husband, Bibi. He's not out there stealing, robbing, and killing, and looting, and burning shit to get something. He's not taking advantage and causing violence on others to gain something. God gave him health and strength, and he's out there working a hard, honest living. And we always find that when we work hard and we're honest, we get the sticky end of the stick. That's okay. That's okay. So 14 to 18, 12 to 15. So let's deal with the 12 to 15 first. 12 to 15 ages of children who are lashing out to their parents. That's the age when they are in their puberty. So their hormones are raging. And then it's peer pressure in school. So what they see their friends doing, they want to do. So they'll start rebelling against you, the parent, who you think, why is my kid behaving like this? Your kid is growing up. So instead of pushing your kids away from 12 to 15, you bring your children closer to you. And instead of yelling and shouting and cursing at your kids, which we are normally doing in the Caribbean, you need to sit with your kids and listen to your children. Listen to your children because of the fact that they want you to be a friend at that point in time. Now, a lot of us say we can't be a friend and a parent. We can be a friend with our children by listening to them and be a parent by correcting them sternly without being aggressive. So at that age, your kids want to experiment. They want their own way. They feel that whatever mommy or daddy says, it's wrong, that you're trying to stifle their life, you're trying to control their life. They're at that age. So instead of us shouting and screaming at our kids like what I used to do with my older two kids is to sit and speak with your children. Show them things. Go on Facebook. Go on, look at other parents. Not to compare, but you show them. You use it as an example. Look at how this kid got himself in problems. Look at what this girl at the age 16 got pregnant. Do you want to be like that? Look at our lives. We are struggling to keep food on our tables. Do you want to go to school, not get an education, and not be able to provide for yourself in the older times? You got to speak with your children and show them the facts of life. Be real with them. Be real with your kids, because let me tell you something. Children have more understanding than us older adults, and they could adapt to life faster than us. Notice parents, when you move from job to job and you move from places to places, because America is like that. Wherever a man's job take him in America, he packs up, he sells his house, and he goes. That's how America works. They go in another state and another state and another country. Wherever their job take them, they go. And your children have to change schools and adapt it. And they adapt quickly. At first, it may seem as if though they can't adapt it. But they will, because children's minds are like sponge. They absorb. And what you feed them is what they're going to bring out back into this world. But make no mistake, when your children are interacting with the wrong crowd, or with friends, they're going to be a follower or a leader. And they would think what their friends is doing is hip, it's fun, no harm in it, until they get themselves into trouble. So you have to be a friend with your children. Try to understand. When I was growing up, my mother wasn't a friend to us because she has the old-time method of discipline. It was licks and we tail. Let me talk Trini here. It was licks and we tail. It was cut-ass. For my American viewers, it meant cut-ass means a whoop-ass. And we couldn't talk to boys, we couldn't go to the movies, we couldn't have sleepover, it was school, and if you bring home bad grades, it's whoop-ass again. But nowadays, you have to speak with your children. This is a different era of children. They want to experiment, they want to be hip, they want to be part of the crowd. And how do you allow your children to be part of the crowd, to make their own mistakes and learn from it? You be there every step of the way for your children. every step of the way. My older kids get a good whoop ass. Oh my God, I was a single parent. I think the frustration in me made me whoop my older children ass more. Because I didn't have any help, I didn't have anybody, and when they're giving trouble, I was frustrated, couldn't pay my rent, couldn't put food on my table, and I started to get frustrated. And us parents know that when we are frustrated, we do the wrong thing. We take out our frustration on the people closest to us. And I have learned. I was one of those parents. Kathy say you are a target, Asha. Oh, you are on target, Asha. Sorry. Thank you. I thought, oh my God, did I not see that laser gun pointing at me? I was like, who the hell is targeting me again? Right? So you have to help your children. Now, when your children cross 18 in the Caribbean, we know our children has become an adult. But I'll tell you something. Legally, they have become an adult. Until they hit the age of 27, mentally, your children are children until they hit the age 27. Then they start maturing. And us in the Caribbean have the mentality, well, I'm a child. Where I go do, I can't throw my child. And you try and you try and you try. You cut your nose to fix their faces. And they keep dragging you, the parent, down. They keep embarrassing you, the parent. You parents start getting frustrated. You don't know what to do. And you think showering your children with what they want will make your children love you or care more or show more respect. No. No. I have learned something in the United States of America. Tough love. Do you all know what tough love is? From the time they reach that age of adult, from the time they reach that legal age of adult, let them go. It's going to break your heart. You're going to people in the Caribbean say, you're your child, yeah, well, your child, you can't do this to your child. No. No. Let them go out there and learn the hard way while you're still here looking on, because you wouldn't want something bad to happen to your children, no matter how old they are. But you got to teach them tough love. If you keep giving them what they want, they will never learn to be appreciative and learn to be responsible. So in other words, I'm telling you, stop enabling your children and making them feel that they are entitled. You're not entitled to nothing you have. You did a great job taking care of them, molding them, loving them. They have become an adult now. Let them go out in the world there and learn for themselves. And if you don't agree with me, then you continue taking care of your kids and you continue doing what you want to do. Who do we have here being horrible? Mohini, if I save my cat, I couldn't save my cat, sweetheart. Right? I couldn't save my cat. Unfortunately, his immune system crashed and we had to put him to sleep. Okay, why do you want to know if I saved my cat, sweetheart? You wanted to give me money to save him? No amount of money in the world could have saved him. Right? Good. We have Sarah saying, excellent advice, Asha. You're on point. I'm a single mother and sometimes I get frustrated. And don't, Sarah, because your frustration will portray onto your children and your children will start to be frustrated and your children will start frustrating you. And then the cycle just goes there spinning top in mud and none of you are helping each other. None of you are helping each other. So unfortunately, this is how life is. Children do not come with a manual. We learn step by step each age of our children's life as they go along. Sometimes you have to step back and let your adult children make their own mistakes and learn from them. You cannot keep cleaning up after them because they will never learn. They will never learn. Let me tell you guys something. When I got arrested in the United States of America on the allegation that I beat my daughter with a hammer, do you know what a judge said to me? He taught me what is tough love. And I use this experience. I'm not ashamed of being arrested. My case was dismissed in the interest of justice. No, I don't have a criminal record. No, I'm not a criminal. And no, I'm not coming to hurt anybody. I may use my words to lash you with it, but I'm a downright nice person. And I'm a effed up person too. And I learned from that U.S. judge that tough love is what you have to teach your children. And he also taught me that your children legally is an adult technically up here, they're still a kid. And when you get upset with your children, close your door, go in your room, take some time away, and leave them on their own. You fighting back and arguing with your children is not going to get the message across to your children, and it's not going to help the situation. Oh, she said, Asha, if you shave your cat, no, sweetheart. Who was asking that? Mohini was asking if you shave your cat. No, sweetheart, I don't shave my cat. I wax. Do you know how to wax? I wax, sweetheart. Because I've learned cleanliness is next to godliness. I was married to a Muslim man, and I learned the Muslim way that you shave your vaginas, your arms and stuff as a woman. Cleanliness is next to godliness. Men also do it, sweetheart. When you shave, you get a lot of razor bumps. You can use aloe to soothe your razor bumps. So I've learned to wax now. I can afford to wax now because my husband will cut 2 more yards and I'll be able to afford to wax now. All right, sweetheart? Thank you for your concern, that you are so concerned about my cat. Thank you, darling. It was so lovely of you to show your concern whether or not I shave my cat. Moving on, ladies. Okay, who do we have again? Send your recipe for jello shots. Oh, when I'm making some again, Christina, leave her. We will deal with them as they come by. I will do a short video again when I'm making the next set of jello shots, and I'll show you guys, right? So we said, oh my God, I was as well because I beat my son with a wooden spoon. They wanted to charge me with assault with a weapon. Thankfully, it got dropped. But after that, I changed and I disciplined my kids. Right. So those of you who don't know, my daughter was 20 years at the time. And her and I was always fighting from the age 15 because nobody taught me. My mother whoop we ass, we lick we wound, and we move on with life. We ain't calling no police and for we mother, right? But she's a millennium kid. So they know their rights. Children know their rights. But not everything is abuse and assault. So she was 20 years old when her and I had our argument. We had a fight. And she went and she said, I beat her with a hammer. I don't know if I had to take the skin out of that hammer. And I got arrested. Now in America, those of you know, from the time you say assault, whether it's your wife or your children, is lock up in your ass until you could prove otherwise. Right? So don't be ashamed or afraid. Right? Disciplining your children, because these children are taught nowadays, your parents can't discipline you. That's abuse. So there's a difference between abuse and discipline. You can whoop your ass kids with anything as long as you do not bruise their skin, break their hand and foot and bust their head and all them kind of thing. You can discipline your kids. So one may ask, how do you discipline your younger kids now, Asha? I take away what they like and I put them to sit down. And they do not move there half an hour, 15 minutes, until I'm ready to go sit with them and explain to them what they did wrong. So it's nothing wrong in learning from your mistakes because we are human. Mistakes are liable to make. But it's how we choose to learn from our mistakes define who we are. Right? So true. Telling parents this for years. I'm a teacher. Great advice. If some parents would listen. Thank you, Sharon, sweetheart. Now, a lot of us Caribbean parents like to think our children are not capable of anything wrong. No, ladies. Never say, my child wouldn't do that. Not my child, that's not the way I brought up my child. Never say that. Because when our backs are turned, we don't know what our children are capable of. We do not know what our children are capable of. Karen said, I love this method. I have to try it. Yes, Karen. Take away what they like. Put them to sit down. Let them watch a TV or something. I'll tell you why not to put a child in a corner to face a wall. You know that naughty corner thing we talk about? I'll tell you why not to put a child in a corner. When you put a child in a corner, in a naughty corner, and you tell that child, think about what you do, you can't move from there, that child is not going to think about the wrong he or she did. That child is going to think in his, I hate my parent, I hate my mother, I wish I wasn't born, I wish I was here, I can't wait till I reach 18, I want to run away from home. That child is not going to think about the wrong that child did in that corner. That is why I choose to put my kids on the sofa, put the TV on, let them watch a movie or whatnot, but they're not going to get their phone or their laptops. And after a period of time, then I take the TV off and I go sit with them. And I explain to them why I take away what I took away, why I punish them to sit there, why I'm telling them what I'm telling them now, and I show them what they do wrong. A lot of young girls nowadays, growing up, they love to give their parents the hand and the head attitude. And us parents, long-time parents, don't like that attitude at all. So what do you do with your girl children when they're giving you the attitude, the head attitude and the hand attitude? What do we do as parents? You take a mirror and you hold it up to your child when your child is giving you that attitude. And you say to your child, look at what I'm speaking about. This is your attitude. Your child don't see their attitude. Us parents don't tolerate that kind of attitude. But you have to remember they are millennium children. It's not making an excuse for their behavior. But you have to correct them there and then and now. So you take a mirror, hold it up and say, wait, before you answer me, while you're answering me, look at your attitude in the mirror and I'll show you what pisses me off. Does that make sense? Yes, we read the body language and they slam the door and they put their hand on their waist, they stamp up their foot and they're gone. And the eyes and all of that they give you. Now I'll tell you something again. When your kids stamp their feet, long ago we would get a cut ass for stamping we foot because that's considered disrespectful. Given the culture we came from, you couldn't slam your parents' door in a house. Hell no, you'd get a good cut ass. Those of you, if your children have their own bedroom and they're slamming the door, take out the door. Take out the door and lean it up. They have no door to slam. I know it's a lot of work to take out the door. But how much you going to say, don't slam the door, I go cut your ass. Don't slam the door, I go cut your ass. Take out the door and lean it up. They have no door, no privacy, and they will know not to slam the door anymore. Right? Maria said she did that with the mirror. Very well done. Very well done. When you speak to your kids, you show them their attitude. Another thing is that when your children are stamping up their feet and they're giving you the eye and they're giving you the head and they're giving you the waist and the hand, you have to show your children their reaction to you when you speak to them. When you react to their reaction, it's going to be exploded. You see what happened on social media when I reacted to these individuals? It all exploded. And who got the blame? Asha Samaroo got the blame because Asha Samaroo have a lot to lose. These maggots in society have nothing to lose. So they're trying to bring me down. So they will do anything, post anything on YouTube, post anything on Facebook to try to blacklist my name. And I don't care. I will keep on speaking until the world knows who I am and knows what I stand for. I may not say things in a proper manner, but it's me. I'm keeping it real. It's the best way I know to defend myself. It's not an excuse, but it's the best way I learned as an adult. And it's not right all the time. But sometimes when you're faced with a situation, only then will you know how you will react to that situation. I wouldn't take up a gun and go kill somebody. I wouldn't take up a machete and go kill somebody. I wouldn't do that. The only weapon I have is my mouth to respond. And that too, they want to silence me and oppress me. So I feel very hurt as a black woman to be oppressed by these individuals, my own black people oppressing me. Do you know how I feel? I'm considered a woman of color in the United States of America. And it's okay for you to call me the N-word. It's okay for you to call me different types of words, coolie, all sorts of things. And when you get it back, you vex. No. No, it doesn't work that way. You know? So when your children are showing you attitude, you have to take the mirror and give them the reflection of themselves. And let them see in that mirror what you talk about. Because your action and their action is going to have a reaction and it's going to explode. Right? Right? Good. So we have Renuka say, yes, you say things don't like, and that's their problem, not yours. Well, I'll tell you something, Renuka. I have learned being on social media. A lot of people think that because you're a public figure, you have to cross your legs and speak ladylike. I am straight to the point. I'm realist. That's the kind of public figure I am. I'm not running for political office, so I do not have to be politically correct. You disrespect me. If you call me the N-word, I'll call you back it. If you call me animal names, I'll call you back it. If you disrespect me under my life, I'll let you have it. Because far too long, we have women like ourselves are very vile and disgusting and nasty, and you need to put them back in their place. That's how I learned it. Because let me tell you something. All my life, I have been taken advantage, abused, and spat upon. And because now I have become a public figure, according to some people, I'm supposed to cross my legs and be ladylike. No, I do not live my life to please anyone. Right? While I'm talking to you, someone is just uploading a video. Asha Samaroo, racist witch in Texas. I'm seeing it coming. Asha Samaroo, she trolls and they're just posting. That's the wickedness they do. That's how they are. I'm now talking to you all and I'm seeing on top of my phone the messages on YouTube coming up. They sit there and they don't have a life. Let's cut out what Asha Samaroo say. Because we provoke her and she cuss we. So yes, we get something on Asha Samaroo. No. Do not mistake, and I have a mouth like a sailor. And do not feel because you think I'm a public figure. I don't have a foundation anymore. I closed it in Trinidad and Tobago. Because guess what? I don't want to be politically correct. I'm here keeping it real. I'm just an ordinary person. And if you come at me with your stupidness, I'll give it back to you. Right? So, moving on. Sita said, my sister from Norway is watching on. Hi to Sita's sister from Norway. Love you, sweetheart. We have Melissa saying, what is wrong with these people? They have no life. No, they don't. They don't. They are parasites on cockroaches in society. Do you know what a parasite is? Cockroach, the rodents, all those things. No matter how much you spray, no matter how much you try to get rid of these cockroaches coming out your latrine or your cupboard because it have food stuff there, they're coming to nibble away at your life. That's what they are. That's what they are. Moving on again. Judy said that's when they have nothing to do. Okay, so who do we have again? There was a petition going around to block you on Facebook. I would They could block me on Facebook how much they want. This is my constitutional right. I live in United States of America. It is my constitutional right to speak as long as I do not threaten anyone and cause harm to anyone. Okay? I do not slander anybody. When you come and disrespect me, I will give it back to you. So they could start all the petition they want. Wait a minute. Where's the petition for the Ramsaran product? It's back on the shelves. They could start all the petition they want. When they're starting a petition, they have to be sure to show evidence what Asha Samaroo cussing for. Because anyone in their right senses will ask, well, what is this woman cussing for? Why is she saying what she's saying? Somebody had to tell this woman something. Ask yourself that, ladies and gentlemen. If you see somebody cussing, right? What is the first thing will come to mind? But somebody says something. Why this woman cussing? So when these people were calling me names and I responded, it sparked a fire. So every action have a reaction. And they got paid to cuss me by my rapists and my family members. It was an end game for them. But don't worry, the end game will soon blow up in their face. Let's call Asha Samaroo racist all over the internet. I don't care. They're just growing my audience. And I'm waiting for my audience to grow. Then I will go on YouTube and be a big blogger. And I'll start making some money out of the abuse that was dished out to me on social media. That's all. Don't you understand my technique? Huh? That's my technique. I don't want Instagram. I don't want Twitter. I am in to make some money now. Because my husband is out there sun and rain cutting grass. And I need to make some money. I can't come and do blogs and get abused for it for free. I am building my audience. So when they say Asha Samaroo, people is coming to search Asha Samaroo. And when they hear me speak, I'm building my audience. And then I will switch to YouTube and start making some money. You understand? Janet said, where's the petition for your amazing truth? Oh, they wouldn't share that, Janet. They wouldn't. I don't have time to make petition to blah blah against people with false allegations. Huh? I don't have time. They know very well what they did and the response they get. And I will never apologize to those 3 maggots and their friends for the response I gave them. I will apologize to everybody else in the world if it offended everybody else in the world, but never to those 3 maggots. Never. And if they don't like it, they could pull the race card from now until they're dead, until they learn to change their attitude. That's all. What do we have again? Yes, Shay, it's time for me to make some money. I can't be coming on Facebook, giving my time, giving my free advice, having some laughs and some fun, and I'm not getting paid for this shit. Hell no. I need to make some money now. Everybody making money off of me with the 2 clips of video they cut out of my entire video and making money, calling me racist. Well, let me make some money now too, nah? Melissa said, that's exactly how I started following you. I saw the video on Facebook and I thought, what caused this? And I started looking earlier videos and realized they were provoking you. I realized you didn't do wrong. You didn't do wrong, but you were being a mama bear protecting your family. From them, I learned about your child abuse and starting following you. So thank you to them for bringing me to my new loyal followers. Thank you, Melissa. And I have gained a lot of followers. A lot of followers who finally they're intrigued by Asha Samaroo. Who is this woman? What is this woman talking about? What enrages this woman? What gives this woman the passion and the courage and the strength to speak the way she speaks? And people are getting intrigued by Asha Samaroo, what she has to say. It's like a vitamin to some people. I have become a source of vitamin for people. They want to hear. They want to learn. They want to open up. They want to be free. They want to be happy. And they want to listen to what Asha Samaroo has to say. So they are starting to search Asha Samaroo and they're starting to learn the truth about Asha Samaroo. We all have a bad side of us where we will trip when it comes to our kids. And I don't care a rat's ass about these maggots. If they interfere with my children and myself, I'll rinse them out and call them out on the behavior. What come out my mouth mightn't be nice. If using the N-word is offensive, and I'm going to say it again, the government should ban it and make it illegal and remove all sounds with the N-word, and every one of them who like to greet each other, yo, what's up? They need to get charged too, if it's so offensive. Right? Nowadays, everything is racist. Hold a minute. Bring the dictionary. Let's scratch the word black out. Hold on. Wait a minute. Bring the dictionary. Let's scratch the word cockroach out. Hold a minute. Bring the dictionary. Let's cancel the word big head out. Hold a minute. Let's cancel the word big nose out. Hold a minute. Let's cancel the word monkey. Hold a minute. Let's cancel the word kangaroo. Hold a minute. And we need to cancel all these words because everything you say today in this world is racist. That's the only thing they strive on. They strive on. People who like to cry racism, they strive on it. When we believe there are racism in the world, I believe that firsthand because I have experienced racism. And I am telling you, I believe in it. But when you live your life surrounded by everything someone say and you have to walk on eggshell and you letting what people say define who you are, you're one of those who suck the energy and play the victim. You understand? Hold a minute. Is that a blank piece of paper? Oh, shit. That's racist to say the word blank. Blank means that you have nothing up here. You're blank. You're a blank piece of sheet of paper. You're a blank board. You have nothing here to speak about. That is not a racist word. And that isn't considered racist. So maybe I should teach you all. Huh? So when you like to cry the race card and feel everything and, oh my God, I bought a black car. Oh my God, Asha is racist. Oh my God, I burnt my cookies. Look how black it is. I call my son, because that's his pet name, I call him Monkey. Is that racist? Oh no, we are selective racists. That's what we are. We are selective racists. So if what other people say about you, and that defines who you are, and you want to live in a hole and cry all your life and feel crying racism is going to put money in your pocket and do something for you and elevate you in life, no, darling. It would not. No one is oppressing each other. We are oppressing ourselves. And we have to learn to stand up, help ourselves, and do what's best for ourselves, and forget the past and move on. Because the past 400 years ago didn't hurt you directly. When I speak of my child's sexual abuse and I can't leave it in the past, it happened to me directly. Does that make sense? Does that make sense to anybody? When I speak of my sexual abuse and I keep speaking about it over and over, it's because it happened to me. Did any one of my followers here experience slavery? No. Were you in bondage? No. Were you oppressed? No. Your ancestors struggled and fought for you to have the freedom that you have in this world today. Make the best use of it and leave your mark, your positive mark on this world. Huh? So when I speak of my child's sexual abuse, it happened to me. I experienced it. It didn't happen to my ancestor that I'm speaking about something that happened to my ancestor. It happened to me. I experienced that hurt. So that is my God-given right and legal right in the United States of America, the freedom of speech to speak about what happened to me. Pamo says she just called she 20-year-old son Monkey. Yes, I have my friends just call me, hey, you little coolie girl, come here. Huh? And yes, Marcia say you like white roti, now you're racial. When these people were calling my white friends white trash and trailer trash, nobody saw that on Facebook. They should post that on YouTube. So you could be racist to me and all my friends, different culture friends, and nobody can be racist to you? No, man. Life doesn't work that way. Be fair. Be fair. Be fair. Valerie said, tell it to the people who don't understand. Thank you, Valerie. When we sit down and we cry racism and we cry oppression, it's because we want to sit down and cry racism and oppression. I am not saying it doesn't exist. But we all have the same right and equality to send our children to the same schools, sit in the nicest restaurant, buy the same nicest car, build the same nicest house. Who's oppressing who? No. Karen says she just called she twins Monkey too. Kathy said, yes, that is selective racism. And they wouldn't like me. Let me tell you guys how I learned and I educated myself. From the entire bacchanal from 2018 when I was being attacked and I started cursing. And I looked back at my videos when they were cursing and calling me kangaroo and I called them monkey. And they cursed me and I tell them they had the old end behavior. When I looked back at that video, it sounds offensive. But if you look at both videos, why Asha is responding, you will understand it is offensive, but you will understand where I'm coming from. Any person with common sense and education will be able to tell you that. But again, that group of them is the race thing they're playing on. Let me tell you what my rapist in New York started off. He thought he would get me, that I would threaten someone. Because I don't think along that lines. I never think of hurting another human being in my entire life. I might cuss you, but physically to hurt you, I wouldn't. So his whole aim when they were cursing me was for me to threaten them. And I didn't threaten them. Instead, I tell them they have the old N behavior. I use the N word. So he got that instead and he ran with it. He ran with it. Saying the N word is offensive. It's not illegal, but it's offensive. It's not nice to say it. So that is why I keep stressing, stop greeting each other and stop singing it in songs. These rappers need to stop singing it in songs. So our children wouldn't learn the word if it is so offensive. That's all I'm saying. So, anyone again? It all started when a person called you coolie, and when you stand up for yourself, it was your fault, but people did not hear that. Because Kathleen, Trinidad is a small island. So if I come and spread a rumor about you, Kathleen, it will run like wildfire. All the time when I was speaking of my child sexual abuse, you notice no one paid attention. They didn't care. What the hell? She get raped, she get raped. She big rape out cunt. That was their attitude from these individuals. They made a mockery of it. And everybody else random in Trinidad and Tobago didn't care. They think internet belonged to them alone in Trinidad and Tobago. They don't realize the internet is worldwide. And it's not only them. They could block me if they don't want to see me. And I don't care about their opinion because they don't pay my bills and they don't make a difference in my life, positive difference in my life. And it will run like wildfire. All the time Asha was helping people in Trinidad and Tobago, women, single mothers, buying groceries out of her own pocket. Nobody shared that good quality. But from the time Asha stand up and cuss and call them out on the behavior, I became the racist one. Who do we have again? September is saying, hi, I saw your first video in 2018, then I started following you. I've learned a lot. You are going to be missed much, and I'm one of those looked on listeners. I remember the live, it was like yesterday. I was on work when the lady made the live. Yes, Kathleen, thank you. Sybil said, you look radiant, and I know what you're speaking about. And continue doing that. It shows nobody can take away your beauty, your brain, your aura, your knowledge, etc., etc. You're winning, honey. You are making a great impact in people's lives, and that is one of the problem, Sybil. Far too often we want to tell people how to speak, how to think, what to say. We can make a correction if we find someone says something offensive that is deemed offensive. We can make a constructive criticism rather than you telling someone how to live. The old N-word, what did you call them? The old nice people? No, I use the offensive word. That they greet each other and they're singing songs and they were calling me the same word. Them calling me an N. You get back where you vex. Should I play those videos where they was calling me N? Two black people cussing each other and only one racist. Them need to go back to school and educate themselves about racism. Racism is taught. It wasn't born. Asha, the people of today are so hateful. They make slaves of themselves. And because worse than that, their ancestors, they don't realize that they are free. Because they are slave up here in their minds. We all are slave up here in our minds, even in an abusive relationship. If you notice, when a man is abusing a woman, she has become his slave. In her mind, she's a slave. In her mind, he's controlling her mind. So when you give people power of controlling your mind, then you become an enslaved to your mind. And then you start thinking the way your abuser is thinking. So that's what you call enslaved in your mind. Nicole said, I'm sure because of you, many people got the confidence to come out and share their things that happened to them. Keep up the great work. Thank you, sweetheart. Many times I don't say things that people will agree. And I understand you have your opinion to disagree. But when you're disagreeing, have a constructive disagreement. Have a constructive disagreement. You can't go and say, hush your coolie mother so-and-so. Why she such a big stretch out cunt? That is not a constructive criticism. There was one woman came on my live and she said, most of the times I don't agree with you, but I agree with you on this one. And she was commenting under one of my videos. And you know what I said to her? I respect that. I respect that. Now you notice what she did there. She gave a constructive criticism. Most of the times I don't agree with you, but I agree with you now on this one. And I said to her, thank you for the respect. She knows who she is. She's on my page. Her comment wasn't blocked and she wasn't blocked. Because I saw it as an inspiration to learn something. No matter what you say in this world, there are always going to have people who will not agree with everything you say. The Prime Minister may speak and there's nothing most people would not agree with. There are something people who are just looking. They're looking for something. Let me tell you something. You would hear a motivational speaker who went to school to learn to be a motivational speaker, who studied to be a motivational speaker, speaking. And often we don't listen to the message, but we're looking for the fault. And anytime we look for the fault when someone is giving a message, it means that you are a slave in your own mind. You are a slave in your own mind. Anytime you are looking for the fault in a message. I am sure Dr. Keith Rowley will give an entire message. And you all will not hear his message, but hear the one thing that you want to hear that sticks out to you negatively, to run with it. I don't know if anyone ever explained that to you all. When Mrs. Kamala Besessa said he's a blank man. Oh my God, that is racist. That's racist. That's racist. And you didn't stop to think the meaning of the word blank. It means you have nothing up here. You're a blank sheet of paper. You don't even know what you're talking about. But when Dr. Keith Rowley called her a jammet, because of the way she speaks, he said she geometry, behavior, or whatever, it was offensive to women. And it should be offensive to men too, because they have wives. For a leader, those things shouldn't be exchanging with each other. So we all look for the negative in an entire message, and we lose the purpose of the message because you just don't like the person, and you're sitting there and you're waiting for the negative, what you don't understand or what you could twist. And then you share it, and it's the internet, it will go like wildfire until the educated ones or the ones with a little common sense wants to know what's more to this story. And they start doing their research. Hi, Candice, love you, baby. And people will start searching. Right? You often find that when you find a woman criticizing a woman, it's because that woman is insecure with them own selves. Let me tell you something. You all will see my girlfriend here. Candice. Mind if I call you out Candice? Candice and I have known each other for years. We are best friends. We party together. Candice would stay over at my home. And let me tell you something. If Candice and I go into a party and we both get dressed, Candice can tell you, I will tell her, change that, fix that. Because if you're going out with me, you have to look real fab. I don't want to outshine my girlfriends. I don't want to look better than my girlfriends. I want my woman shoulder to shoulder with me looking the best. And Candice is on my live and she could tell you the type of woman I am. Right? She can tell you. I don't run competition with no one. When you hear these maggots cursing me, and everything they curse me about, Asha house, Asha lumpy body, Asha breast, Asha bottom, Asha man, Asha children, Asha swimming pool, Asha makeup, Asha face, Asha hair, Asha vagina. Listen to the words that comes out of their mouth. You understand? Listen to the words. Thank you, Pamo Mahabir. Thank you, sweetheart. Listen to the words that comes out. These people who attack me, listen to it. What does it tell you? Everything they have a problem with is me. Why? Did I take something from you? Did I do you something? Did I attack you? No. Again, I'm going to repeat myself. Every one of you know that if anyone come and disrespect me, you will get it back. Right? And I got to be doing something good to be hated so much. Huh? According to Ivanka Trump. Her father got to be doing something good to be hated so much. Now, he liked to tweet. I don't agree with some of his tweets sometimes. But let me tell you something. If Mr. Biden win election, I'm putting up a Biden flag. I am a typical Trini bandwagonist. I just jump on board. And I will also respect. If Mr. Biden win election, I will respect him because he's the president of the United States of America. Just as I will respect Mr. Donald Trump because he's the president of United States of America. The same way I respect Dr. Keith Rowley because he's the prime minister of Trinidad and Tobago. And I'll tell you, I learned that from my 9-year-old son who said, even if these people don't like the prime minister or the president, at least have some respect for the office. We should learn a thing or two from our children. I saw someone took Dr. Keith Rowley's face and made it into a load of dog shit. Really? Wow. How did that make you feel better? I saw someone make a meme with Kamala Persad-Bissessar and a rum bottle and her head under the policeman's knee and George Floyd's body. How's that funny? How's that funny? You all see what you all do? And I don't know if it's Trinidadians alone that behave like this, because the negativity I just see coming out of some of these people in Trinidad, it's beyond my comprehension. It's beyond my own comprehension. Thank you, Cheryl. Cheryl said she loved Joe Biden. Honey, and if he win election, I put up a flag, a crossing of Trump, and I put in no more bullshit. But that's your constitutional right. You understand? Renuka said, I recognize some of my traits in you. That's why I listen to you when you're on. Thank you, Renuka. Danny said, that's natural hate against you, Asha. All cause you're speaking your truth. Love you, hun. Thank you. Karen said, I followed you from the beginning when you gave your story. And when I heard you use the N-word, I felt a kind of way. But then, hold on, I want to read this. I felt a kind of way, but then I saw an apology with tears in your eyes, and I salute you because it takes someone with guts to apologize to the world. The people fail to realize that when you are annoyed, you are legible to say anything because it happened to me. Karen, that's our emotions. That's our emotions. When people provoke and provoke and provoke. And if you go on YouTube, I do not have a YouTube channel by the name of Asha Samaroo. They all have Asha Samaroo name on YouTube with little clips trying to get views to get paid by YouTube. And none of the clips are positive. All is Asha racist, Asha witch, Asha big cunt, Asha this. And you look at their clips. Doesn't that tell you I'm doing something right? Because they want to portray an image of the great Asha Samaroo. I'm not the great Houdini, yeah? I don't make things disappear. But people are starting to search Asha Samaroo. Candice is saying, darling, people don't really take the time to understand you. You're an awesome person since I know you. Thank you, Candice. I don't need to prove myself, Candice, to anybody. But I share what's going on because people will have a better understanding. Right? So here comes the rain again. And my husband will be home in a little while. He went to cut the grass. Yes, he has like 6 houses he cut in the grass today. He might stay and cut the grass in the rain. So he might be home in a little while. Karen said, I like how you defend yourself. And I'll stand on Mount Everest and never be ashamed of the way I defended and anything I say to those 3 individuals and their group of maggots and cockroaches and followers. I will not. I will never be ashamed. To the rest of the world, if you felt offensive to what I say, I humbly apologize you felt offensive. That's the same way I felt when I was being bullied, and I was being racist too, and I was being discriminated. You understand? Who do we have here? Good morning, admin. Yes, Alfred. All negative clips they posted. But they wouldn't post the whole video. That's what they do. Admin Alfred is one of us. So time for Asha Samaroo to make some cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. Right? I am building my audience on social media, Facebook social media, then to switch to YouTube. So start to bring the money, 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 money. My advice is free, so YouTube can pay me for it. So I want them to start and continue doing what they're doing and let people search Asha Samaroo. Right? So I got to bring in the money, money, money. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. Got to make some money. Because my husband can't be out there in the rain cutting grass for the neighbors. to feed his family, to keep a roof over his head, to send his children to college in the United States. Right? Good. So do have a blessed and an awesome Sunday, and take the time again to share my videos. Don't be afraid to share my videos, even if it's on your own wall, and spread the good word of love. And Anissa said, but them never apologize though. That's okay. I'm the bigger person. I may cuss you for cussing me, but I will never apologize to them. I will only apologize to anyone in the world who felt offensive when I used the N-word and tell them how they're behaving because they were racist to me, they were discriminating to me and my children. Right? And I'm never going to apologize for standing up and being a mother and a woman, for fighting for my honor. I don't care if they cut my throat. I don't care if they jail me. I will always stand up for my rights. Always. Kathleen say, for someone who homeless, you sure does look good, you know. Kathleen, yes, girl. You know what you gonna do, girl? You know, people had a mouth, let her talk, na, girl. You know, let her talk, what you gonna do? So it's really getting dark here now. And I'm worried about my husband out in the rain cutting grass there. Yes, he went to cut. He has about 6 yards today to cut. So he's cutting grass. So maybe I can go buy another piece of pie and lick my plate again. So take care. I love you guys. Have a beautiful and a blessed day. And feel free to share my entire videos if you would like to download it and share it on YouTube. I give you permission to share my whole videos on YouTube to make some money. What do you guys think? Let's flood YouTube with Asha Samaroo, ladies. Not just the clips. Let's show people the real Asha Samaroo and why she say what she say, why she stand up for herself. Let's show them. Feel free to download my entire videos and share it on YouTube to make some money. You cannot use my name though. You can share my video and you can say Miss Asha or Miss Samaroo. You cannot use my whole name. I'm not giving permission to use my whole name. Those of them who use my whole name will be dealt with. Right? So take care. I love you guys. Have a blessed and a beautiful day. It's going to be a very dark, rainy day. And this hat I have here, sitting on the chair, keeps reminding me of Kitty. So take care. I love you all. God bless. Have a beautiful Sunday lunch with your family. Remember, a family that prays together stays together. And also remember, you men out there, sit at the table. Set your table, your dinner table, your breakfast table, whatever table you have in your home, and sit like a family and have a meal together. Make sure you have family time. It's what bonds your family together. So you men don't cock up any hammock and bowl, hey girl, bring me food there. No. Help your wife set the table. Kids, help your mom set the table. And sit like a family and have a family lunch, even if it's one day for the week. Have a family dinner, have a family lunch, even if it's one day for the week. And then, ladies, you would see how beautiful you would feel about your family. So to my ladies, when you cook lunch, I want you to set the table. Start a new trend. Doesn't matter. Bring out your finest china. Because when you die, you can't eat in your china. The Hona man and the Hona woman go eat in your china. So bring out your finest china. Set your table. Put all your food on the table and sit as a family and have a meal together. And I'll tell you something, you will feel a difference. You will enjoy cooking for your family. You will enjoy each other's company at the table. And you will start looking at life in a different way. The outlook you will start having on life is going to bring positivity to you. So I want you ladies to sit at the table. You set the table, ladies. Bring your kids to help you set the table and have a family meal together. If the kids doesn't want to pray and hold hands, that's okay. You say a prayer for your family at the table and bring your family together. Have a blessed and a beautiful Sunday. I love each and every one of you out there, and may God always protect you, keep you safe, and may you all always strive for peace and happiness. Take care and God bless. Bye-bye.